Okay, so Jose covered earlier a little bit of the direction of what we are doing with enterprise. And so what I wanted to do was go into a little bit more detail about what that means from the services perspective. Because obviously, from a product side, we're looking at investing in clustering solutions that will be coming to market with Confluence and Jira on the data center side. But on the services side, traditionally we've been a very low-touch organization, and so one of the things that we hear a lot from customers is that at scale, customers are trying to figure out how do they ideate, communicate, and share their information. How do they prioritize their information, task, and develop that stream of work, and then go and create and collaborate that actual work and develop it and deploy it to their marketplace, and then continue to improve and ship and support their products. And so from a product perspective, we have a good story here when we talk about Confluence, we talk about Jira and Jira Agile, we talk about Stash and Bamboo, and we talk about Service Desk and Confluence Questions, and then HipChat being that information hub between them. And our marketplace really being the way to tie it all together with the glue. And so our products overall give you that comprehensive platform, but then for larger customers, there's a challenge of how do you do this across multiple teams and multiple organizations that may be external to you. So you're working with external vendors, you're working with internal different business units, and you're trying to work across different programs and different projects overall. And how do you put the governance across all of these different products, at the same time maintaining the agility that you get from using our products. So when you talk about operating our products, really we're talking about how do you do all this stuff around ideation, you're developing your task and prioritization, your collaboration, and then shipping these products. And that's how your teams are using our products overall. But then underneath it, teams are also figuring out how do we actually support the operations of the IT infrastructure of this? How do we assess and plan? How do we deploy and architect, continue to upgrade, continue to enhance and optimize for additional teams, and really customize the solutions and maintain that overall workflow across all these different products while still maintaining the agility that these products deliver. And so there's the part about maintaining agility, and then the part about governance where really it's about change management, integration, security, performance management, scale, and availability. And how do you tie these things together? And that's where customers that are large and distributed are coming to us saying, can you also provide guidance from the Atlassian perspective, directly from the vendor, as to how we should do this? What are the best practices for us to do this? And how can you guys support us when we have all our business critical information now running on your platforms? And so that's really the focus of our services investment, is we're talking about, first of all, from a support perspective, how do we make sure that we can enable customers who need a higher touch and a faster response from the support side? From a proactive perspective, how do we make sure that we give you guidance as to where we're going, give our product teams insights as to what are the challenges you're seeing and how can we improve our products, and give you that point directly within Atlassian to serve as your single point of contact to really work within our entire organization. And then obviously from a deployment perspective, from a solutions perspective, you guys work with Dicer and our enterprise partners to really do that implementation within your organizations. And so how do our teams work together with Dicer to really serve you as the overall end-to-end solution? So let me first start talking about Premier Support. Premier Support is really for customers who view Jira, Confluence, and our DevTools platforms as business critical. And so therefore, the Premier Support is really a dedicated team of senior support engineers globally. It's an account-focused service, so it's not support sold by maintenance by each product, but really overall across the account. And it's 24/7 phone access to these senior engineers with a follow-the-sun model for critical incidents. So senior engineers are handing off your support issues to each other across the globe, basically working as your operations teams would internally when a critical issue or an outage occurs within your systems. And the other part is they make sure that they're familiar with your environment over time. So senior engineers we'll be internally building an understanding of how do you have our products deployed, how are they talking to each other, what are the solutions that you've got implemented, and what is the actual problem you're encountering when you have an outage in the system, when you have performance degradation in the system that we're trying to address from support. So the answer is not always just upgrade to the latest version, or we don't support that, turn that plugin off, but let us give you a more prescriptive answer. And yeah, it may lead you down that path, but we want to make sure that we hold your hand through it. And the way that this is structured is an annual subscription, $35,000 a year, where you get access from 3 named contacts to our senior support team. So that's really from the support side. What we're trying to do is provide an additional level of touch and an additional level of guidance on incidents as they arise. The next part is then talking about what do we do from a proactive perspective? How do we provide you with guidance as to where our products are going, how these solutions tie together, what you should be thinking of 12 to 24 months down the road with our different products, and also what are the things that we need to be doing within our products to match where you're trying to get, where things that we don't do well in our products that we want to have those things prioritized, and talk about those with our product management and our engineering teams and our subject matter experts internally. And that's traditionally has been a high-touch relationship that other vendors provide, but it's not something that Atlassian has provided today. And so today we're providing that now with the technical account management service, which is something that we launched earlier this year. So really the technical account manager are cross-functional advisors. So it's not just knowledge of our particular products, but also an understanding of how the IT ecosystem works, whether it's storage and networking, whether it's server performance, whether it's overall architecture across how these things are, how our products are deployed within the environment. And they are looking to help you maximize the value of how you deploy as well as how your end users actually use our products. And they're there to promote awareness back into Atlassian of the challenges that you're facing with our products and work with our teams to see what we can do to solve those problems. And equip you with the latest updates from Atlassian so that you have the latest insights as to where our roadmap's going, what are we doing with the ecosystem, what are we doing with specific products and features that your teams are interested in. What we say is that the TAMs really help you maximize the value of the use of your Atlassian tools, and they help you reduce your risk in deployment, your risk of adoption, and your risk of maintaining and operating the systems by providing that ongoing touch and relationship from the software vendor. As far as how we deliver the service, so TAMs are focused initially on how we optimize your deployment, how we provide guidance and support to your business, how we provide good practices as to governance of our tools, how we help you plan for mission-critical outages in the architecture of the environment, what do we do from giving you access to our subject matter experts and our roadmap, when we talk about third-party integration, not just integration with the overall ecosystem and plugins through our marketplace, but also integration with the other platforms and stacks you use from other IT vendors within your organization that you've been trying to figure out how to integrate. And so giving you what guidance we can around being able to do that. And then a dedicated escalation point at Atlassian for when you hit those issues that you just need a direct conversation with the software vendor to make sure that the risks that you're seeing are addressed in a very proactive fashion. And TAMs, we act as that single point of contact, back into support, back into training, our product management, engineering, our advocates, and we work side by side with the expert within your organization to make sure that we're enabling the conversation. As far as who this is targeted for, this is really targeted for enterprise customers who are accustomed with working with the big technology solution partners and want that high-touch relationship from Atlassian as well. And they're viewing their deployments of our stack as business critical because you're running your production processes, you're running your ability to deliver your product to market on our products. And any sort of delays and downtime and architecture issues and adoption issues are really going to delay how your business actually can deploy your products. The overall package pricing is $60,000 a year for access to the TAM for a day a week for a year-long period. And this is an annual subscription. And the benefit is really that you have a focused Atlassian resource working with you to improve your operational execution. You're getting the proactive guidance from us, and you're having visibility into the technology decisions and directions from Atlassian. There's a lot of information about the packaging. You can see it's an eye chart, but I encourage you to go to the website. You can download this information. There's a data sheet there. on what the TAM service delivers, so that you get a better understanding of how we drive customer advocacy, how we help with risk mitigation, how we help with best practice guidance, how we help with access to the various teams internally. What I wanted to share was some feedback from some of our TAM customers that have signed up recently. And this is within the last couple of months that we've been working with them, where this is a large financial services company based in the US that said they wanted to take a moment to say that the Atlassian TAM program has been a huge success for us. This is a note that they sent to our CEO. That the TAM did an excellent job of coordinating support and third-party vendor access, and that they feel like they have an inside track to the solution for enterprise scale Atlassian installation. And the TAM is making it easy for them to do things that were nearly impossible in the past. So TAMs are really there to make sure that we're reducing the friction of using our products and helping you get past the challenges that you're facing. The other quote is from a customer that we're just signing up right now, where they just discovered that the TAM service exists, and they were saying, we're looking for a deeper understanding of products and insights and where your platform is headed. And a company like ours needs a tighter relationship with the vendor, and the TAM sounds perfect. It was starting to feel as though Atlassian is a walled city that customers don't have access to, but this sort of outreach has excited me and is restoring my faith in our choice. So again, for customers like you who are already used to that sort of touch and relationship from your larger software partners, this is just another avenue for you to get that from Atlassian. The last part I'm going to touch on is how this works overall from a services standpoint with our partners at Dicer. So really, they are the more integrated service provider that's working with you, with your teams directly, working hands-on, working in your environment to deliver solutions, and delivering those solutions at scale. So if we come back to that concept of ideation, prioritization, creation, and deployment, and supporting those environments, there's specific solutions for working with your teams around agile, application lifecycle management, source control management, IT service management, business process management, knowledge management, and unified communications, that our various products can be tied together to really support and deliver within your environments. And then there's the day-to-day operations of those different tools and the services behind that in terms of hands-on implementation, upgrade to data center, management of the environment, migration automation, building integrations and plugins, training the teams, and localized language support. And really that's where we play next to Dicer, is that Dicer is able to deliver these, and the TAM can provide that guidance directly from the software vendor as to how we do it from a best practices perspective across the Atlassian ecosystem. So if we bring it back to the overall story, what we're talking about is that Premier Support now gives you that experienced account-centric critical incident management service. The technical account manager gives you that person who can give you access to Atlassian, give you direct advice from the Atlassian ecosystem, and give you that advocacy back into Atlassian for giving them information as to what your needs are. And then working with partners for really the solutions, implementation, integration, and management. And that end-to-end reactive, proactive, and integrated solution really provides a nice foundation for giving support to our enterprise customers, where we can say with Premier Support, with TAM, and with Premier Support with TAM, and with our expert partners, we can really deliver customer success. So that's really all I had to present to you today, and I wanted to thank you all for the opportunity. And if you need to contact us, you can contact us through Dicer, or you can email Atlassian at enterprise.atlassian.com. Thank you.